Hi, all, Dave Peck here for another Port Adelaide Football Club review. We're heading towards the end of the 2026 season. Only a few games left. Port Adelaide went against the top team, who have got a great winning record recently. It was Fremantle. It was at Adelaide Oval. The final scores was 15 goals 13 to Freo to 11 goals 9 to Port. Now, going into this game, I thought we were going to get smashed. Let's be honest. We were going to get absolutely destroyed. We just lost to St Kilda because we literally had 4 players getting injured in that Saints game last week. We would have won. We would have won if St Kilda got the injuries we got during that game. Of course, let's talk about the players that we didn't have playing against the top team who are 2 games ahead on top. We didn't have our captain, Rosie. We haven't had him all year, Connor Rosie. Zach Butters, our best player, best and fairest, All-Australian, top 5 player in the AFL. He got injured last game. Probably won't have him for the rest of the season now. And probably the rest of his career at Port Adelaide come the end of the season. I really hope he nominates Richmond and we match that and get some really good picks for him. We've got a very young team. Our team was full of top-up B graders from the SANFL. Mick Georgiades, our leading goal scorer, he also missed the game due to concussion. So we didn't have Georgiades. Jason Horne-Francis, our number 1 draft pick, probably our best player moving forward in the future. He got a week suspension. So we didn't have Jason. And of course, our number 2 draft pick in Jack Lukosius, who usually gets injured every game. He got injured last game and he missed the game. So I could easily say we didn't have 5 of our top maybe 6, 7 players that didn't play that game. Let that sink in. 5 out of our top 6, 7 players against the top team in Freo. And we were somewhat competitive up to that half-time. We were even leading at half-time by 2 goals. A friend of mine messaged me. He said, Port got to win this. I said, no, Port will choke. Port will choke because we just don't have the petrol. We're literally driving a car with 3 wheels. How are we going to win the race? And Freo showed up in that third quarter, kicked like 6 goals straight, somewhat got a few compensating goals at the end. But to be honest, by losing only by 4 goals with all those injuries, we did okay. Josh Carr's had a pretty good season. We've lost 6 games by under a goal. We've probably lost maybe another 2-3 games by less than 4 goals against the top teams. With the injuries we've got. Dante, he did well, kicked 2 goals. Probably the greatest pick that we got from last year. And probably one of the top 5 greatest steals of last year's trade. In Corey Durden, he kicked 2 goals. He's been consistent, Durden. He's probably kicked over 20 goals this season as a small forward for a bottom 5 club. So we're doing okay. You know, we've also got people like Sam Powell-Pepper who's not coming back. Radaglia was also out. We've got, I would say, half of our starting 22 didn't play against the top team. But losing is not always losing. Well, we can also be winners by losing. We're a bottom 5 team. The lower we finish, the easier it is for us to get the number 1 draft pick, or he's talked about being the number 1 draft pick in Cochrane. West Coast will most likely finish bottom. Essendon will probably finish bottom. Richmond second bottom. So we all know that those 2 clubs are going to nominate for Cody Walker and also our player in Cochrane, which us and Carlton will match. If we finish bottom 5, we've definitely got enough capital to match him. Even if he goes at pick 1. The AFL screwed us over this year. Screwed Carlton and us over this year with the new rules, with the academy and father and sons. But I think we're doing okay. We've got a lot of young players. Josh Carr is trialling players, which is giving him a good opportunity to see who fits, who doesn't. So Joe Richards was probably our best on ground. Joe Richards plays usually a small forward, played a lot in the middle because we literally have no one to play in the midfield. He got 30 disposals and even kicked a goal. And our Brownlow medalist in Ollie Wines probably played his best game this year without Butters, Horne-Francis, Rosie. He got 30 touches as well. I think Ollie Wines will get another year, to be honest, on his contract. I think he's played good enough to get another year on his contract. And then, of course, the talk is also about, we've got some free agents coming out at the end of the season. The talk is Georgiades will resign despite what Chad Cornflake said at the start of the year, that he's going to ask for a trade to go to West Coast. Why would he go to West Coast? They're a bottom 4 team. We're a bottom 5 team. You know, at our team, he's got a lot more potential, especially with Whitlock. Jack Whitlock kicked 1 goal, I think, for this game. But for a second-year player, give him another year or two, he'll be a gun. He'll be a gun. So I think Mitch might sign 2 years. Hopefully he signs 4 years, but I think he might sign 2 years just to get himself to free agency. And then, of course, that can open his options. With Butters leaving, we've got a lot more salary cap, so we can offer Mitch a bit more money for him to stay. But the big one, the big player that needs to go, and there's talk about it, and I dream about it, that Carlton, the Carlton Football Club, might make a move for Darcy Burn the Ball Jones. He's a free agent at the end of the year. Mate, go. Please, Darcy. Please nominate Carlton. You get a lot of the ball, but you turn the ball over. You stuff it up. Let's get you out of our team. Go to Carlton. They need a halfback flanker. Saad is on his way out. He's done. Give us our compensation pick. First round compensation pick for Darcy Byrne-Jones. So Darcy, I would suggest please nominate Carlton. Help that team out. Anyway, I'm disappointed we lost, but like I said, I thought we were going to get absolutely smashed without injuries. So we'll see how we all go next week. Only a couple more handful games left. Maybe a month or so left of football until finals. We won't be playing finals. Until then, I'll see you all in my next video. Ciao.